what Robert and I both agree on is that many times what happens is that the good Muslims don't really understand the Quran.
But see, I find that a very peculiar thing to say, because here's why. We're not Muslim. Our understanding of somebody else's holy book is bound to be external, and therefore not really understanding something from the inside.
True, but I have studied people that were Muslim that do have that inside perspective. Like, for example, Musab, the son of Hamas,
Yeah.
who do have that perspective. And they themselves say that to be a good Muslim, you have to adhere to jihad.
But honey, I mean, look, honestly, like, we know, and we have come across, in fact, we know a number of people who have, for example, become atheists. These are people raised in the church. They would tell you the same thing about Christianity. I discovered that Christianity is very authoritarian, and so I've decided to become a skeptic and an agnostic or an atheist, right? Now, again, it's not that we won't listen to such people, but we cannot consider them to be true and authentic interpreters of the Bible just because they broke with it, right? I think the way you have to look at any mainstream view.
Well, no, I don't agree with you, because I think you always try to make the analogy of the Christian and the Jew with the Muslim, and there's just no comparison.
Well, I'm actually making a point that doesn't even have to do with religion at all. Let's look at an example of what I mean. If somebody were to say, for instance, that Marxists think this, right? And all the Marxists say, no, we don't think that. We actually think this. I would go with what the Marxists say, because they are the experts on what they believe, right? So, and the other thing I would do is I would look at their conduct, because I would say,
bingo.
Okay,
look at their conduct.
Look at their conduct.
Okay.
Let's look at their conduct. There are 2.5 billion Muslims in the world. How many of them have engaged in any conduct you object to?
Probably about 200 million.
Okay, so 1 in 10. But that's still a tiny minority.
Yeah,
even if it's 200 million, I don't agree it's 200 million, but let's say it's 200 million.
No, probably
1 in 10 is actually not a very big number, to be honest. I mean, it's a big number numerically.
Yeah,
but it's not a big,
almost the size of America. I mean, think about it.
It's a big number numerically, but look, I mean, what I'm saying is that if you have any system of belief, let's just say, for example, conservatives. Let's take Christians, and I'm going to use a different context, not to make a direct comparison of Christianity to Islam, but somebody were to say 1 in 10 Christian spouses, husbands or wives, cheat on their husbands. Probably quite true, maybe even higher, right? We would not say Christianity is discredited because, after all, 1 in 10 people who profess to live by this creed clearly don't live by its precepts. So my point being that if the vast majority of people don't fit the description, it's a little unfair to tag the whole belief system with it, precisely when you know that this is a fallibility in human nature, and there are people who are not Christian who do it, and there are some people who are Christian who do it as well. Same with Islam, is that you're going to find that, and I agree that there is a militant streak in Islam.
Yeah,
there is radical Islam.
To me, that's the crux of the matter. Is the fact that it's such a, even if it's a minority, it's such a damaging militant behavior that does not coincide with our Judeo-Christian principles at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
or even civilized principles around the world.